Look, I now paint us. So this here in the middle is our heart. And we regroup around this. That all of us define for themselves as a dream. There is the Arto with me. Here you arrived. And also the cat. And again you. So, this is our inner circle, 4, 6, 8. Great, 8. We grow until 8. The inner circle, das Kern- oder Herzteam. We are the fire holders, so we are basically at the place, with the place. We are also representing the all the Säulen, all the tasks. All the tasks are already represented by us, and we get more. Here is a second circle.
Pillars.
Pillars, our pillars.
Pillars.
The second circle is also connected to the very heart. We all have a sensation we drink from the same source. But our second circle is not always with us. Or they live partly with us, or you come, you see, it's my work, but I also have other workplaces. I give the seminars here, but I feel really part of the crew. Or also with the work I contribute. I have here tasks and times, and I feel it's my thing. So this is our second circle. And the third circle are part of the persons who make it possible. You, my dear third circle, you are also part here. Maybe you give... Why are you so small? Maybe you give your money to ground the ground. Or you give your knowledge. Or you give your full hands. Hands are full, the heart is full. People who give, as I say, into the ground, with knowledge, with specificities, with ideas, with questions, with funds. Maybe also bénévoles, workers who work here. Volunteers. All people who say, I like it, I want to contribute. And it doesn't necessarily be mine. This makes the difference between circle 1, 2 and 3. Is there something to contribute? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps you can name also what,
who is in?
Who's in and wer investiert was oder Anteile oder
ja, okay.
wie
Sehr
ist man
gut.
beteiligt mit was?
Sehr gut. Liebe Fanny, du bist ja immer sehr genau. So now, this is unsere Währung. We pay with coffee here.
Yeah.
We will not sleep.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
They paid with coffee.
We will not sleep until our dream is the deepest reality, not only in us, but in the very world. So we pay with our weakness. How do we pay the ground? The ground has from everybody a little input. And it's very beautiful. It is a seed. It is a seed in the ground that grounds us also. So here we also have our property base. I can imagine that here are quite lots of the people who also invest, who are not concerned here, who don't put in, auch nicht mit Stimme oder sonst wie, die sind investors, but we also have from here the donations. Ja, bleiben wir doch einfach bei derselben Sprache. So, people who sponsor, organizations that sponsor, crowdfunding, it will also be part of how we can buy it. And here, of course, it can be the same. People who are partly here can contribute to it. And it's also interesting because we have 3 rings. It can also be, we have people who have their part of the ground, their money in it, who are not concerned in the daily decisions or in the big decisions. But maybe there are also people who haben Stimmrecht, who are part of it. This is something we need to find out. And one of our third line, so here on this line we also engage people, we pay people to be part. I see, Anis, you don't see it.
Yeah? Why? What do you mean?
Did you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So actually here on this third also the supporters, but also sometimes we pay. And for example the structure Vermögen AT, Vermögenspool AT is an organization that manage all around the investments. So we also don't need to make everything on our own. We really are accompanied by profound knowledge. Did this answer?
Yes.
Great. Is there something else to... What a beautiful mandala. Yeah, and just I want to put in something else. For example, you also have here structures. For example, here is, it's named the Draak, der Drache eigentlich. And the Draak is an organization that could collaborate with us and pays artist residencies so that artists can also come. So actually it is also a way to here having structures that make actions here possible. And this is a huge interest of us because that's why we also have a big outside circle. And of course over the years I imagined that we could grow here until 20, as we also grow until 20 horses. And actually here we can grow endlessly. And of course here can be exchanges. And this is our co-creation. It can also be that once a person who was a lot in the inner team needs to respire, or sometimes doesn't. These persons say, it's not so mine now. I have my family now, but I want to stay supporters. So in the end, and this person all of a sudden says, so we have a great structure. So we are busy with how can we provide. I guess this is something very important. To look, we can only look for each other if we look for ourselves. So everybody on his own needs to be seriously taken care of, and the whole structure. So if somebody needs to go out take his money out, because he needs it for another life, we have interest to give him to him as fast as possible, or to make at least sure that of course he gets it. So this, but we also need to make sure if he puts his money out that we don't fall down immediately. That's why the Vermögenpool, and we realized this was our research parallel, we had the same as them. So we said, let's make a time lapse, like for example 10 years, where we say, in this, even if you put in 400,000, in 10 years we had it on our income generated. So this means also for our daily finance plan, we count in to repay all the parts, so that we always have liquid if somebody gets out. And if somebody gets out and the liquid is there, we can give it immediately to make people free. And if not, there is this time lag. So this is very much structured. And this is also why we are surrounded by financial people. And actually, I want to also point out, it is really interesting to have here and here people who are not necessary normally in communities, for example Bitcoin traders. Having people who are financially very active but cannot be very active at the place can be a beautiful thing. Me being constantly with the horses and art therapy, and she being basically with Bitcoin trading, but can contribute much more of money into, where I contribute much more of time. So this is also a beautiful thing to see how can we be fluid and have this kind of, yeah, we are part of the whole and we contribute what we can. So this makes also that we open the circle. And we really have this awareness that our horses will ask quite money. So it is a money project that needs support, and this is the beauty in it. We will always in our society, as far as I can think, need financial support for the one that we weakened. Humans, animals, nature. So it is a social quest to contribute with money, and what we do here is actually to make aware that it is a social question what we ask and what we give. So it will also stay with the question, how can money be fluent here? Okay?